Hello, I'm Dr. Jeanette Raymond, psychologist, psychotherapist, relationship expert, and author of Now You Want Me, Now You Don't. Today I'm going to talk to you about part 5 of my series on the capacity to love, and it's about how fluid you can be in your relationship inside you, how much you can tolerate, how much you can expand, how much you can accommodate, and how much room you can make for your partner. Because that is one of the most basic secrets to the ability to love, to be able to accept and tolerate and be fluid and expand and elastic. Because the more rigid you are, the less room there is, and the more disharmony there's going to be, the more you're going to get angry and frustrated and irritated when things don't go your way, and then you're not going to feel inclined to love your partner. So let's go back to our couple, Rachel and Matt, and remember that Rachel wants to go out and have friends, and Matt wants to stay very close in the family, to have Rachel all to himself, to make sure she's where he can see her and that he has her at all times. So obviously this situation was not easy for them. It was a big challenge. And here's what was going on. Inside Matt, he's remembering his childhood where his brother got all the attention for having some problem, with his leg or something like that. And Matt tried to get attention by doing well at school, but, he had the odd word of congratulations or well done, a pat on the back, but he never actually felt like, he had time and he was played with and he was valued and enjoyed as a human being. So now in his marriage, he wants all that. So he's become very rigid. He has to have things in a certain way. The kind of love that Rachel offers doesn't fit his way of doing things. It's not on his menu. So she keeps offering him, time to talk or to play or do things together and be with him and have fun. He sees it as a dilution of their time together and having his attention. So he's very rigid, he's inflexible, and he's narrowing the availability of them coming together in a nice way. Now, Rachel, on the other hand, had to take care of her father when she was growing up because her mother left and abandoned them for some time, and she was the oldest one, so she had to do all the caretaking. She had to curtail her childhood, and now she wants to go out and have fun and do things she never got to do growing up. So she is more fluid and accepting. She gets that her husband wants more cling time and more, reassurance and focus on himself, but she wants to have him reciprocate and give her that feeling too. So they're both finding it difficult to be in that fluid place where you're expansive, where you have an opportunity to allow for the other person's feelings. So if you're angry with them, it doesn't mean you don't love them anymore. You can feel hurt, but you don't want to reject them. You can feel anxious or agitated and yet recognize your partner's need to go out and do their thing where you don't have to withdraw. And it's really about exercising those muscles of emotion that involve inclusion, expansion, and the fluidity of waves. They come and go. So whether you're angry or sad or furious or revengeful or in a punishing mood or in a fearful mood or you're panicked, that you can still feel there's care, there's connection, there is the capacity to still want to be with the other and enjoy them, no matter what mood they're in. and that you accept that your partner's moods are going to change. One minute they might be very affectionate, and the next minute they might be very focused on, completing a report for work, and they're not going to be in that affectionate moment anymore. It doesn't mean that they don't love you, but the person who's more rigid sees things in black and white, and it does mean in that moment that Rachel doesn't love Matt if he wants affection and she was giving it 10 minutes ago and he wants some more, and she's shifted to a work mode where she needs to complete something for work. So when Matt is unable to hold on to that thread of love because he's so rigid, he can only see things in black and white, or it's good or it's bad, or she loves me or she doesn't. It's kind of like the daisy. She loves me not, she loves me not. That's what he's doing. So every move that she makes, every change in her mood or her situation or whatever's going on, it's now she loves me, now she doesn't. Now she does, now she doesn't. I mean, just imagine how awful that is. And Rachel has to be saying, no, but I love you anyway, but I still need to do this. I still want to go and have my manicure and pedicure, even though you want me to have breakfast on the beach with you at 8 o'clock in the morning. I've booked my manicure and pedicure, and that's important to me. I'll have, brunch on the beach with you later, but I can't have breakfast because I've already made this appointment. On Rachel's side, she's also got some rigidity. She's not always fluid. There are times when she wants to talk with Matt and he says no. He could be punishing her. Maybe he's not in the mood. Maybe he wants to watch a sports program and she wants to talk. She's in the mood. She's ready to, because she's feeling empowered and she wants to get her voice heard and her opinion counted. So she doesn't have any fluidity. She doesn't have any elasticity. She wants it now. And if he's saying no, he's doing something else, or he's not in the mood, or he's not ready, or whatever, then she takes it as a rejection and that he doesn't love her either. So then she goes into that, now he loves me, now he doesn't. He loves me not. He loves me, he loves me not. She's testing him. So she goes into that rigid place. And he's more fluid. No, it's okay, I'll talk to you later on. But that, is not how she's seeing it. And maybe that's part of what happened to both of them when they were growing up, when they wanted something from their parents, when they were needy, when they needed to be heard and understood and comforted and supported and taken care of, and their parents were busy or they didn't see the urgency. They had to kind of take care of themselves. So now in their marriage, they're doing the same thing. They're feeling the same feelings and they need the care, the support, the attention, the comfort and all the rest of it. And when they don't get it in the way that they want, at the time that they want, they feel unloved and they cannot love back. They've lost that capacity to love because they've gone into this very narrow place. Now, another way in which Rachel and Matt have problems with fluidity and rigidity is when one of them is feeling self-empowered, they can take care of themselves, they know what they want, they're in charge of their lives, they're not dependent on the other one. The other one gets very scared. So when Rachel's out doing her thing, Matt gets very scared that she doesn't need him, that she can, take care of herself, that she's fine without him. So he then begins to get very possessive and give her ultimatums and, force her to do things she doesn't want to do and make her feel bad. And then in order to save the marriage, she turns into a victim. She loses her self-empowered state and becomes victimized to appease him so that he's still available to her and she hasn't lost him forever. Now the same happens on the other side. When Matt's feeling empowered, I'm not going to let you do this. If you don't need me, you can leave. I don't care. I'm the one earning the money anyway. I can take care of things. I don't need you. I can get a nanny to take care of the kids. I can get a housekeeper. You're useless to me. And he's feeling really empowered and he can do his thing and he can have any woman he wants anyway. Then he realizes he's alone in that place. Being empowered in that way doesn't make him feel good. It's not encouraging Rachel to be with him in a way that makes him feel loved and wanted and desired and supported and comforted and cared for. So then he ditches that empoweredness and he goes into his victimy place in order to become dependent again on Rachel, and so the cycle continues. So in this episode of my series on the capacity to care, think about those two dimensions: rigidity, which is like a very, rigid pole. It doesn't bend and it doesn't move and it doesn't make for connection. And then think of the more fluid, wave-like experience where your moods are okay. You just say, my partner's, he's having a temper tantrum, but I still love him anyway. It's okay. It doesn't mean he's gone off me. And on the other end, it's okay that she wants to be alone, or, she doesn't want to talk to me right now. It doesn't mean that I'm no longer important to her, or that, in an hour or two, we're not going to find a way of reconnecting and being okay again. That these are just things that come and go and come and go. They don't mean she loves me or she loves me not. He wants me or he wants me and now he does. It doesn't mean that. So think about fluidity and expansion and elasticity. And that's the capacity to love, to accept everything and tolerate it, because it's going to pass. It's not static. It's not confining and constraining. It's expansive and welcoming and tolerating, and all will be well. So, love to hear your comments and any questions. Until next time. Bye for now.